Good afternoon, traders. It is Friday, June 6, 2014. U.S. stock market has closed another fantastic day today. This is unbelievable. You know, the Dow closed up 88 points today. I mean, this is like we've had 2 days in a row now with the Dow nearly making 100 points each day. That doesn't happen a whole lot, and particularly when we're at these levels. I mean, these are, of course, all-time record highs. Usually, you know, yesterday we made a very strong record high in the Dow. Usually, you would expect to take a little rest. No rest today. It just stormed. And, of course, we had 25 positions coming into this morning, and to have 25 positions and have the Dow go up nearly 100 points. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And, you know, I will tell you honestly, earlier on in the day, I wasn't so sure how things were going to go, because it seems like even though the Dow was going up, our positions seemed to be fading. And I thought, oh, are we going to have another one of these days when we should have gotten out at the beginning of the day? But it was just amazing. I actually, toward the middle of the day, I really didn't like watching, and it wasn't that things were really terrible. They never were really terrible at any point today, but I wasn't happy with our markets. Just weren't responding to all this buying action in the overall market. But toward the end of the day, that buying did come in, and drum roll, we closed out $40,000 today. You know, 25 positions, and we closed out 40,000. That's just fabulous. Just can't ask for better than that. So this has just been a spectacular week for us, and for that matter, last week was a spectacular week. I mean, we're on a roll like you wouldn't believe. Anyway, we are carrying negative $2,200 going into Monday next week, and I think we can handle that after closing out $40,000. Anyway, let me show you the charts. There's some good markets today. Okay, we're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and I mean, all I can say here is up, 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 and up. You know, yesterday we had this great move, and then come in today, it's almost a mirror image of that, except we didn't have any downside today, whereas yesterday we had some downside. No downside today. It was just up and up right out of the gate, and you can see here this thing even rallied right at on the last bar closing. It looks like it closed on its high or very close to it. So just a fabulous 2-3 day run here in the Dow. Just fantastic. I'll show you a couple of our trades here. This first one is in Vita, and you know, we got into this yesterday. It went up, and we get out of this almost at the top. I think we're getting out right where we ought to there in that market, and we took $3,000 out of Vita. It's a real good trade. But you know, the thing I want you to that was neat about today, we had this one fabulous trade, and I'll show you that in a second. But aside from that, we just had a lot of really good trades, like this Vita trade, where we're making $2,000-3,000 in them, and on top of, you know, with 25 exits, you know, we only had a handful of losers and no bad losers. You know, when we have 25 markets, we usually expect we're going to get creamed in a couple of them. We didn't get creamed in anything today. It was just really solid across the board. I'll show you here. Let's see. I don't want to show you Unipix quite yet. I want to show you VIPS. This is Bishop, and this is another trade, you know, very similar to the Vita trade in the sense that we're getting out here. It looks like we're getting out here almost at the top, and we took $2,000 out of it. But we had a whole bunch of these, and you add them all up, they really did a nice job of making our day nothing short of spectacular. And this is the final trade. This, of course, was Unipic. So I showed you this yesterday. You know, we got in here at a little pop-up. I mean, it looks like a little pop-up now. Didn't look like a little pop-up when it happened 2 days ago. And then just this massive explosion yesterday. And I think we were probably up maybe 24,000 at the very top here. And it did pull back to about 16,000 on the close yesterday, and then my heart just sunk this morning. This thing sold up. Actually, way down here, we're down to $9,000. So at that point, I'm looking at a trade that had been up about 24,000, had faded all the way to $9,000, and I was just sick. And at that point, I didn't know how much more is going to fade. But at that point, I just couldn't look at it anymore. And I didn't pay any attention to it. And then pretty soon, later in the day, I suddenly see this thing coming up, and it's actually up to over, I think about 21,000 here. And we trade the system. You know, I would have liked to pull the trigger here, but I left it alone. And I'm going to tell you, when it was up here, I was thinking, wow, you know, what if this thing really blew its top here, took out the short stops, which are probably over here someplace. I mean, we could have a massive blow off with this thing, possibly take it all the way up to $30,000. So I was okay with hanging on to it here, but again, we just trade the system, and we got out here with 20,000. So we're not complaining about that at all. That, you know, the system really played this beautifully, and this $20,000 clearly contributed to our $40,000 closed out trades. Anyway, great day. Great week. Trader Bob is happy. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.